Hey gang, GameFace here, and I am back in Planet Coaster. And yeah, we got some work to do. Oh yeah, I guess I sort of did some stuff. You know, I couldn't help myself. Um, After my little Subnautica incident yesterday, I needed something to do. This is what it was. So yeah, I do believe that there's some other things I need to do in here in order to make this a little more acceptable. I cheated in a few places. Like, everything sort of died here, and I put this in. That's gonna have to be fixed. This is okay, but probably should be bigger. And yeah. Hey, Deathbruce, welcome back. So yeah, I basically added this and up to the end here. I need to do more stuff in there. The coaster's basically too short. So let's check it out. I guess I'll have to turn pause off. So let's ride it before we make any changes. I have gone through and I've sort of, tried to make everything sort of good. Are we going? There we go. But of course, it's not anywhere near perfect. That needs to be adjusted. I have moved some trees. I've had to do some stuff like that. I still haven't decided exactly what's going on down here, but I have decided that there needs to be a loop at the bottom, like up and around, out the other way, like not a loop, but a loop. Just yeah. One thing I have found though is, well, I guess this is better. You're actually seeing some stuff. You're able to see some stuff here. And then there's not really much to see. So we're gonna have to put some stuff in there to see. And in here as well. And, it's got to be a little bit better than that. There's a lot of wasted energy there. So, that's sort of the state of things. The first thing I want to do is add some type of loop here. I did notice that Planet Coaster, they've now changed something else. Remember there was no button to go into edit mode for the track, and the button R to go into build mode for a building? Well, now R works in both cases. It's like, makes sense. I wish they'd fix this. Never mind, I'm not going to complain. It's going to work. So I'm going to delete this chunk, and we're going to do something a little bit different. Uh-huh. Whoa, why did it do that? Okay. I wish they quit doing that. Maybe this needs to be doing something else. I don't think it's quite ready to take that dive yet. Nope. You know what? I'll move them after. I was like, these trees are in the way. I should just delete them, but I'd have to come out of editing and blah 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 blah. You know, don't want to do that. Nope. Nope. How do we do that? Oh, that's gonna hurt. You're gonna feel that in the morning. Whatever it is. No. Please, listen to what I'm doing. What are you doing, game? You're just making crap up. I press the button here. And I go to move it, and it's like, oh, you press the button. Oh, I'll press the button. Oh, what does the button do where the mouse is right now? No, where the mouse is when I press the button. Sorry. It just can't handle itself anymore. There's just way too much going on for Planet Coaster to handle. So it's having problems. And so am I, because this just will not go. It's like, nope. Don't do that. This is the only way I go. I don't go that way. Which is kind of weird. Considering you'd think it would be based off the angle that this came off here. Not... Which it seems to be based off the properties of this. I don't want to use a prefab. Please don't make me use a prefab. I hate those things. They're just awful to get straight. There's always little shimmies as you get onto them. Like, I just wanted to create a loop. But it's like, nope. Hey, Wolfie. That's not horrible. I don't like this outside thing. Wow. We just like floated down. What? Like, how does this... Okay, I just don't understand how this and this do the same thing. And this is the only thing that does anything here. How's that? How's that? It's letting me do it. It's letting me do it. It's letting me do it. A little wiggly. We'll fix it. Oh, everybody just had their heads removed. They weren't very good anyway. They needed new heads. Now, does this thing touch the water? Yes. Perfect. And this I want to move up. This I want to move back. I said up. And back. Up. Hey, we're at a 6.2. I don't know. Gonna have to fix that. Oh, and that. And that. So there's something weird going on. Well, I need to raise this up. I knew that. See all of it. Let's smooth it all out too. Can't be doing that. Can do though. Nope. Won't let me do that either. This. Then if I... It's kind of weird right here. Oh, we'll need to fix that, like I said earlier. And that. I don't know why that's so bad. I've already smoothed it out multiple times. This needs more banking on it. That needs to be on a flat, more flattened area. Okay, so the problem we're having is, let's get out of here for a second. And let's get rid of this and this. Oh, I see the problem we're having. Look at it, it's just awful. I think I can smooth this right out of there. And we wouldn't lose anything. We gain things. Now, we seem to have a problem with the banking. across here. So I'm going to try to smooth banking. I don't understand what is done there. Okay. That's... How is that smooth banking? It's like put the twist in like an area like 1/10 the distance of where I had it, and it was bad when I had it. How's that a thing? How's that smooth? See? That's not smooth. That's completely... That button should say destroy banking. I guess that's what it did. It just completely... It took all the banking from all the way it's been tapered through there and basically placed it all in that section from there to there. So it just went... Whoosh. So how do I fix that? Like, basically... No, that does nothing. So it's almost as though it should be a little less substantial across here. And maybe the smooth banking should go from here to here. Lasagna. Ow! And everything I do just destroys it all. Like, okay, let's select it, and we'll make sure all the banking is smooth from here to here. Look at that. Look what it's done. How is that smooth banking? It's basically put all the banking from all of the whole thing and shoved it into a 10-foot area. That's not smoothing banking. There's something wrong with this. Sorry. There is something wrong with it. That's not at all what we're looking for. Like, just the fact that we're going from here to here in that short of a distance means there's something horribly wrong. And that's the only place it'll turn it. It won't turn it anywhere else in this section. You see that? It's like... But it'll twist the middle of it. But it won't move anything up here. This is almost static. So how do I deal with that? How do I make that work for me? I'm gonna have to make this bigger. That's the only way I can do it. I don't know what that's doing. I don't know what that's doing. Okay, so now, again, I'm going to have to smooth this section here. That's a bit better. We're not getting into the flattened part until over here. Oh, no. No, that's not at all what we want to do. Oh, no, 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 no. It's this part. It's this part. Okay, that might be a bit better. When's your coaster gonna go? There it goes. Again! What do you need me to do, Planet Coaster? Write new code? Like, seriously. I'm not trying to do anything difficult here. It just... everything I do, it just destroys it. When I press any of these buttons, it just completely takes what I want and makes it into something else. Like, I don't understand where the jolt is as well. Okay, so if we take this... Now, would you think that if I said smooth banking, it would try to take the banking, the amount of banking throughout the entire thing, and make it equivalent throughout every section? That would be the only logical way it could be applied, right? Any other way just would not make any sense at all. So is that what that did? I think I've got a problem here with something else as well. I'm hoping that fixed that other problem. No, again, it didn't. It's going... It's like... It's throwing them around the corner and slamming them back up. And you can see it here. You can see it right here. And that's just what? What's that just done? So how do we fix this? But you see, it's not a fixable thing. It's already decided that that can't be fixed. This little apparition you see in here is even here as I turn this. Look at it. It's still there. This little curve that you see in this piece of track. It's not going away. It's stuck there. Is it gone? Is it gone? That's not going to work. Can't smooth all that. Okay, so this is the problem here is this. This roll is not around the coaster. This roll is around the center of the track. There's no offset. Because offsets are basically impossible in this. Like, you can say banking offset, but it's not going to do it. If I want the banking offset here to be, you know, the distance between... Oh, I know it's the loop that causes it. It's Planet Coaster that causes it. Because they don't rotate the track around the coaster. They rotate the coaster around the track. And that's not how you build coasters. You move the track around the coaster so that, people get like this, not like this. You know what I mean? Well, it depends on the situation, of course, but in this situation, what's going on is basically everybody in the whole car has been taken and thrown to the side, as opposed to the bottom of the thing revolving around the middle of their bodies to bring them up around the thing. That's exactly what's going on here. Now, I don't know what this banking offset's going to do. I don't even think it works, to tell you the truth. I have tried so hard over multiple times in order to get it to do anything of any use. And I don't know, for some reason Smooth All's not working. Because look what it's trying to do with it. It's got no subtleness. It's like, oh, you want a smooth 1,000,000%. It's got no subtleness to it. It's like you can see it flashing to where they're trying to move this thing. And yeah, well, no wonder. No wonder it can't do it. Because it shouldn't be like that. Like, I love what they've done in splitting things up, but you can still tell that in in a lot of situations, it's still not useful. That's a bit better. See what it feels like going backwards. But I can't make it smaller. It's already told me no. So, what am I to do? Manually make it smaller. It's got no problem with that. It's got no problem with that at all. But if I'd like to smooth it, smooth height works. Smooth turn doesn't work. Okay, so what can I do here? If I gotta bring this down. That's all there is to it. And I gotta bring this back in. And it won't let me anymore. Uh-oh. What's going on now? There we go. Okay. Let's see what this does. It must have some slight improvement. So the banking offset definitely did something. I got a lot of fixing to do. Well, see, there's that wiggle again. You see it in there, eh? Of course, there's no way to get rid of it. Still there. How do you get rid of the wiggle? That's not how you get the wiggle. Yeah, how do I get rid of that? Every time I smooth anything, it like, oh, you want to make this circle smaller. Smooth turn? No, it's like, no, you can't smooth turn. Because that's a turn. I want to get rid of that turn. Smooth height just makes it smaller. Smooth all, again, just makes it smaller. And see, the other wiggle is down here. That maybe we can get rid of. I think that we got rid of. This, though, is a problem. You see it. It's blatantly, like, the wiggle is there because it's attached to this. It's almost what it's saying. I can't move it. I can't move the wiggle out. It won't let me. Why? Don't know. It says track limit succeeded. But does that do it? So much time on one little element, eh? And I'm supposed to be doing scenery today. Track scenery, of course. I didn't even get rid of the wiggle on the bottom. It just seemed to add another one further behind it. So, the wiggle that was here is gone. Where it is now is, if you look, this is where that piece of track that I fixed attaches. So now the wiggle is there. So I was able to get rid of the wiggle here and move it to here. So now if I go in, the problem, of course, is this is an infinite loop and you'll never ever get rid of it. So if I want us to get rid of that wiggle, I'm going to have to smooth this. But now look what's happening. It's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And we're losing our entire goal to begin with. And now the wiggle will be here and it will be here. So we're just not gaining anything like this. Fear is going down, but so is excitement. No wiggle at the bottom. But it's like that. It's something I'm not going to be able to win. It's an undefeatable battle. Yeah. I find wooden tracks are a little bit better. But I struggle with everything else when it comes to the wiggle. This was pretty good. What I didn't like was this. No. I'm not trying to add it. I'm trying to fix this. Okay. 0. Yeah, see, that's not what I want to do. I want to smooth the track. I want to make subtle things go away. Not the big, huge curves that I've put into it. Hey, Cosmic. I should do a time lapse. Problem with time lapses is they only really work if you can keep a camera still. And I can't keep a camera still. With a time lapse, the camera moving around is just chaos. So maybe if I make this just absolutely freaking huge, we'll make it huge. Oh, wrong one. Then we'll be able to... Nope, it's like, no, you can't do that either. And then... So I want to go from here to here, and I want to make this smooth. Let's smooth the height first. Did that smooth the height? No, no, not at all. It'll take the circle right out of the whole thing before it'll smooth the height. That's not smooth at all. Like, where does it get off saying that that is smoothing the height? I have no idea. He didn't mind making people feel nauseous when watching a time lapse of the camera jumping all over the place. It doesn't make any sense. And that's not the banking. It seems it's not the height that's wrong either. And guess what? It still won't. I made it bigger and it still won't smooth all. It still just wants to make the corner smaller and smaller and smaller. It's this... Oh, no, it did it. It did. Okay, it'll do smooth height. It'll do all the independent pieces, but it will not do them all at once. I don't know what's going on. Because what's happening is this. Smooth turn. No, it'll do them no matter what order. I don't know what's going on. Hey, Raphael. What's that? Give up streaming? I did actually look at Project Hospital, but the things I read about it weren't really good. It's just like a whole bunch of broken. And it sort of scared me off, was what happened. Of course, I know these things can change, but that's why I never really looked into it more than that. Oh yeah. No, I was, it was in early access, wasn't it? Okay, so how do I get rid of these bumps? All the way through. Where's the... Oh, I'm not editing it. It's not in the same place. That's right. Okay, so we'll go around the first helix. This needs more banking on it. See? And again, this is the problem with anytime you put something that has to be straight connected to something that has to be curved, it gives you this. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. It's got one here and it's got one here. If it would just what's the word? Reconcile the two, we would be good. But it won't. It just will not fix this angle here. Can I manually move this? Yeah, it's gonna make me manually do it. Which I can do, but I feel with all these buttons for doing things, I shouldn't have to. Okay, that's fine. But this isn't fine at all. That's awful. Who said this could be a thing? Like, look at it. It's all... Why is it all like that? And how, in the name of Planet Coaster, can I fix it? You know what I mean? What is that? It's totally crooked. It's like... But no matter what I do, nothing will fix this. I can't smooth all because it's like, no. Track limits exceeded. Banking smoothing doesn't do anything. Smoothing the height just seems to lower the whole thing consistently, including the bumps. And smooth turn just makes this turn smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until I haven't achieved what I wanted. I've done something else. Now, I will admit, doing that, no, it hasn't removed the wobbles at all. It's all totally wobbly. So what are these buttons for? Sorry, I'm asking these questions after playing this for 1,423 hours. What are these buttons for? What do they do? Other than create a terribly rough ride. Because this was smooth before I did this, eh? I built this in one thing. It was perfectly smooth. It was when we went to make a change to it, to the entry point, and had to smooth everything off into it, that all this started to occur. Like that whole dip right there. And that other one right there. Like, those didn't exist. That was not a thing. So, if this is where the dip is, for some reason it's trying to lower this like 6 feet. It's not a banking issue, it seems. Not a banking issue. It's not when it's smoothing height. It's not a height issue. Smoothing turn just undoes everything you've worked so hard for. So why does smooth all exceed track limits? Is my logic wrong here? Is not all banking height and turn? Is that not all? Is there a concept within the term all that I don't understand? Or have they like redefined all to mean something else and just chosen not to explain it to me? Is that all that's happened? Sorry, I'm just trying to grasp the logic and what's going on here. Because, yeah, that dent is right in the middle between two sections. I wouldn't say there's a dent there. But there's no doubt that there's a wobble occurring right there. The other one? Well, there's a dip between there and there. So, you know, this is just horrible. My only option here is to delete. Because it doesn't like you deleting either. Delete all of this and start it over from here and just make another stupid circle, which works, and hope I never have to make any adjustment to it, because if I do, I'm screwed. New rule. And I'd probably have to make an adjustment to it just because of the fact that I built this after normally. And now that I've got this, like if you look at it, you can see there's no dips anymore. All the dips are gone. They're non-existent. But the problem, of course, is it doesn't merge into what it had to merge into before. So now I have to go and start smoothing, which is going to add dips into it. Totally smooth. So, that's the thing. Now, of course, I do have a problem. Because I still need to lower this. But I can't lower this. It'll lower... There's a big difference between that and what I'm doing. See, all it's doing is selecting the whole big thing again. All of it. And lowering that. But that's not at all what I want to do. I want to take the piece of track that I had selected and lower it and have the things around it lower. Not have the middle of the piece of track that I had selected before be the central point for lowering. Like I wanted it to do this. But it just why Planet Coaster? It's like this is no, it's like this here is a fixed point. This point right here, you can't move this. What are you, crazy? It's like I don't know what it's doing. I just don't know what it's doing. I can't decide what it's thinking. Anybody know what I mean? Everybody must know what I mean. And here I go. Here I go again. I'm going to wreck this because right now I need to smooth that. And now it's got a bump in it. Yeah. Yep, just one smooth all and boom. It's got a wobble in it. Right here. Maybe if I make it a little further in? I'm just making things worse. What? Yeah, that was the wrong button. But undo should still work. Hello? Well, I don't know what 6 other things I did after I deleted it, but I had to undo 6 times for that to work. Well, I guess maybe it wasn't undoing, it was just waiting. Yeah, this is still awful. It just doesn't work. It works a bit better, but not the way it should work. It's all tilted. Okay, so we're here. I'm not so sure about this, but I am pretty sure that that's not going to work. Okay, so look, like perfectly smooth. That thing coming out of there is just fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But when I go and do this, it doesn't do this in a applied evenly across the entry points. Or sorry, not evenly. I guess even it would not be the op. But you see, there's basically a point, a bending point, an extra bending point. It's keeping the shape from here to here and bending this and this to keep it. But when I want to do that, and I select this piece as though I want to do that, it bends it from one side. Like, And I'm not kidding here. If I want to move this, it's not going to bend it from this side. It's going to bend it from this side. Oh, this case, it didn't. But you can see, I still haven't been able to do anything with this. It's still a lump. And no matter what I do, it's always going to be a lump. So how do you fix these things? How, you know, when you're the person who decides what needs to be fixed, how do these things not make their way in? Because there's no way for me to fix this. There's no fix for this at all, other than that. It's the only way to do anything about that. And it's already added another one back in. It'll be there by default. The other thing. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's better. So yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. See, this is the problem that I have with the Planet Coaster. It's one of the reasons that I like building like all this stuff so much better, because it all works. You don't have to deal with, well, except when you touch a path, but you don't have to deal with these things that just don't have, where logic completely fails, and they don't make any sense at all. Those are the things that really get to me. And you don't have to deal with that when you're building buildings for a park. You have to deal with it when you build, as soon as you touch the coasters. And that's why I almost feel as though maybe I should be laying the coaster out, working on it a day, going to work on some other stuff, work on it for another day, go to work on some other stuff, because it's just too frustrating to make it your daily work. You know what I mean? No, that's as fast as it goes. So what I want to do here is completely wreck my whole day. I mean, we want to bring... Hello? What? How? Delete it. What? Why is it every piece of software I've been using for the last 2 weeks, it's just turned into a piece of crap that doesn't work? Like, what is that? As soon as I click the screen, it twists the thing upside down, moves it 100 degrees to the other direction, and says, forget what you want to do. The thing is, we should all be able to do this. They just make the tools so they just don't work. Like, seriously, that's not me. That's not because of something lacking on my part. It's because they wrote broken tools that just basically, at this point, they just make sure that you can't do what you want. Their functionality is ambiguous, meaning it does different things different times. So it's not you at all. It's the software package you're forced to use at this point in time. Yeah, that's autocomplete. Yeah, that's it. That's autocomplete. Okay, it wasn't autocomplete. It was just autocompleting the thing I'd already autocompleted. And again, see, I've got this wiggle now, and again, I'm not getting rid of it. My only way to get rid of this wiggle is to delete everything from here on. Or just hope that I can manually move it. Of course, this could just leave the wiggle there and move things around the wiggle, which is basically what it's doing. See the wiggle? It's over here. This is moving things from this point. I can't get rid of that wiggle. All I can do is make that wiggle seem like it's not a wiggle here, and make it seem like it's a wiggle here. Which it should never, ever, ever have to be a thing. The other option, of course, is just get rid of what the track does. Here. There we go. If the track doesn't do anything, you won't have to worry about these silly wiggles. And I can just shut up. We'll just build a straight track. You don't have to smooth it. You don't have to change the banking. You don't have to do anything. You won't have to worry. See? See what I mean? It's impossible. No! I did not delete the corner. I said smooth things. I'm trying to grasp the logic they get when they're talking about smooth. What do they say when you take an octagon and you smooth it? If you smooth it enough, it turns into a circle. It doesn't turn into a dot. which is what would happen here if you were able to smooth beyond the thing. But so yeah, if you took a square and you smoothed it, it doesn't turn into a period. It turns into a circle. That's what that's what's blowing me away here. I'm baffled by their definition of smooth, which shouldn't be something I should be baffled with. The definition of smooth should be simple. But I'm not getting it. And I'm on a rant now. Gotta not rant. Just smooth. It makes me not want to have coasters in my park. It truly does. And I think the bigger problem is it's not on every coaster. It's not on a per coaster basis. This is a huge problem. It's a huge problem with Torque. The wobble has been added in because I used their smoothing tools. Before I used their smoothing tools, there was no wobble. What do we learn from this? Don't use their tools. They don't work. I've just screwed this up now too. I can guarantee it. By fixing all those wobbles and removing them, we've lowered the excitement to 5.97. People are not going to be sick anymore because it's at 3.64. Or no. There's no fear because there's no wobble. It's kind of funny how that just happens to go off sometimes. Now obviously once there's some stuff around that section, it'll make more sense that it does that. Same with this, I'm going to have to build some stuff up here, but... And this needs to be fixed. This is all broken. So, again, we're gonna... you know... I like to be tortured by Planet Coaster. What's the wobble? Oh, you think there should be a hill? That's what the wobble means. That's what the wobble's about. It wants to be a coaster designer. Like, hey, I got this. Just put a little wobble in. Heh. 6.25. Just from the little whoop, whoop. Yeah, again, those are not good. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. Round of applause for Planet Coaster drawing a menu on the screen. I'd like to thank it. And all those ones and zeros it processed through my CPU in order to do so. Well done. Only took you 10 seconds. I don't know what I want, but I want something. Yeah, I forgot that none of these things in this game were actually square. Like the top, look at this. You line up that, the bottom doesn't line up. You line up the bottom, the top doesn't line up. There's one thing in the game where the left and the right line up, but the bottom and the top, or there's some weird lineup thing going on. Not working. It's got to be like that. Oh well. Thanks. Didn't do that, but thanks. It's like, here. The menu's gonna take 10 seconds. Look at these clouds. That's what they've gone with now. Distraction. Oh, menu's not coming up? Hey, look over there. We are building, right? Okay, good. Oh, really? Well, that's just sad. How can I do this so that it works out properly? Maybe that'll work. Will that work? Let's see if that'll work. Wow, I was obviously thinking this was a lot larger. Come on. I'd like to choose the triangle. Thank you. Thank you so much for your continued patience, Planet Coaster. Oh, yeah, that's right. Now. No triangle for you. No, nothing for you. Worst thing I ever did was move these triangles in there. No. Okay, there we go. Now they're huge, so we don't want huge triangles. We want reasonably sized triangles. I don't know what color the triangles are. The triangles are bright yellow. What do you know? We know what color the triangles are now. I don't know. I don't know if I want to say yet, just in case it doesn't work out. You're just trying to trick me into saying what it is. Hello, can I choose this item, please? Thank you, Planet Coaster. How many times did I need to click that? Like 6? Before you're finally like, oh, that's what you wanted. I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, that was the easy part. And I should have probably done this as I went. But hey, I would assume I knew what I was doing. I don't. This is not going to work the way I thought it would. What? The next part's going to be very difficult, and I should have probably all done all of that in one step too. But you know, I never pay any attention. Okay, now we got a problem. I don't think it's going to work. I think I'm going to have to give up on this. I think the colors are wrong too. Yeah. The colors are wrong. Abort. There we go. Now, where was I? Before I stupidly built something I didn't need. Wow. So today, nobody's watching YouTube today. It's like they've just like shut it down. Or I did something and somehow my video, which is called Some Coaster Scenery, Planet Coaster, has been like blocked from everybody. I've got less views on this video than I've had on any video in the last probably 4 months, 5 months. Yay! Makes me just want to go to sleep. Get the whole thing. Not sure. Not sure yet. Don't know if that's what I want. It just goes from like way overly decorative to way overly plain. Martin, how you doing today? Never mind me. I'm just trying to move this. Come on. Hey Noah, how you doing? Sorry, I've been building a coaster for like an hour and 40 minutes, and it's just not a great experience, or hasn't been. Can I, like, choose something in this building, please, Planet Coaster? Like, I click directly on it, and you're like, no, you must be clicking this. But no, there's a big, huge hole, gaping hole in the front of that. And yet I can't click the thing behind it, because there is no such thing as a hole in Planet Coaster. But there's not a hole, really. This thing goes all the way around, but the hitbox covers the whole thing. So that's what goes on when all those things happen, eh? Is it's just that you're not getting what you choose, because it's, yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. Is that gonna do it? You gonna do a Planet Coaster? You got my back? No? Yeah, I should know better. I need to figure out something to do with these. I guess I could. Let's find out. That's probably a pretty good thing to do with them. Is that it? Like castle windows? All the same freaking size. They're either way, way, way too big, or just like little windows. These don't make very good doors, though. And we need big, freaking crazy windows on this thing. Like, this is the only acceptable window. But look, there's a whole issue. There's a problem. The walls are not high enough. Maybe the roof's too high. I don't know. These are questions I cannot answer. Have I completed the coaster track? No, I have not. I have stopped building the coaster for now so I don't go crazy. You don't want all these things like this. Now I gotta take this all down more. I guess that's okay. Okay, windows. What do we want? Come on! It's like, no, you're not... It's not gonna let me put it there. It's like, oh, you want to have that line there? I'm not gonna move it. I'm not gonna move any movement while you have that lined up where you want to. None at all. I'm not gonna move it into that section at all. It's gonna be the place you cannot get it to. Do you know what I mean? Planet Coaster hates me. It like knows I want to put it there, and it's like, nope. Let's make it so it can't put it there at all. That's just. I know Planet Coaster doesn't hate me. It's the other way around. Really? I thought it was warming up. For some reason I don't like it. Okay, okay. Really? What the hell, Planet Coaster? You're just infuriating me now at this point. It's like, yeah, you don't want that. Here, let me make that disappear for you. Why would it do that? Okay, so we got that. We got that. I can't really get rid of any of that other crap because I'd love to, but I can't. It won't let me. Ooh, don't like that. Don't like that. Now, if we could have something like coming in to hold that up, I would feel better about it. Is there such a thing? Of course, I guess there's always this. Huh? I took care of it. Okay, now what? So yeah, it's warming up here. It was minus 30 when I got up on Saturday morning, and now it's minus 12. Well, it's probably colder than minus 12 now. Oh no. Minus 11. And it's going to stay between minus 11 and minus 13 between now and tomorrow at 4 p.m. Which I'm okay with. But then it's going to get cold again by Thursday. Weather, winter, I hate it. I truly hate winter. I don't know why I live here. I must be insane. That's it. I'm insane. That's gotta be the only possible reason why I would live here. How? Seriously? What? Ugh! Sorry, I'm just about to lose my mind. Like, I clicked the button to unselect that, and it exclusively selected that, throwing away the selection I had already made. And now it's done it again. It will not select that. Unselect that. Oh, this time it did it. Okay, select this. Got it? Got it? Okay. We need to make this darker. It can't be this color. Get it. I give up. I give up. I'm just gonna go cry now. Yep, that's aligned to the surface, alright. That's the kind of alignment you want for a door. Now, I guess the thought is your door won't have anything, but still. What do I need here? I need big doors? Is this what I need? No. I need Gothic castle doors. That's not a Gothic castle door. Or is it? Is that the door we're looking for? Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking? Probably not. Delete the whole thing and start over? Oh, come on. You chose the thing behind it. You chose the thing behind it. I want this. It's like, nope. I chose this. This doesn't even exist in this plane of reality. I want this. I want this. It's like, no, you can't have that. Okay, can I go in here and go, I want this. Nope, you can't. So is there any way I can choose that item at all? I want... Screw it. It's just unbelievably infuriating. Okay, so if that's like that, maybe... No, I can't do that. Can't do that either. Why does that have like, oh, that's from up there. Oh, isn't that lovely? And there's nothing I can do about it. So if I pull this out to here, let's say. Oh, can't do that. Just to here. We'll do that. I don't like how this has gaps in it like that. That's terrible. Oh, is it supposed to have gaps? Is there gaps in the windows? No, there's not. This is just stuff where they haven't textured the back and they textured the front. These are gaps in the texturing. Please. Okay, here we go now. Where'd my door go? Starting to look stupid. Yeah, it looks like it's some fake front built on the front of the building. Well, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna leave this here today. I'll figure out windows and doors on this thing after. It's another one of those situations where no matter what I find in Planet Coaster, it doesn't seem to fit the image in my head. And I'm not building more new. I can't even choose that. Come on. I give up. I give up. Yeah, so I'm going to leave this here. I'll clean this up afterwards. I'm probably not going to go in and build anything. And actually, you know, there may or may not be a stream tomorrow. I'm going to see. I've got a couple errands I want to run right after work, and that might take me a couple hours. So, I don't know if I get home late, I might not want to stream. Well, it's a wait and see thing. Because it could happen. It could be no problem. I just don't know. So I'm just going to take it as it comes. I might post something on Twitter if I'm not streaming. But of course, sometimes I forget to do that, and that never happens. So yeah, that's the plan. What actually is going to happen, I'm not sure. Wow, that thing looks tiny now. A little puny little castle on the hill. Haha, haha. It's funny looking. But whatever. So I will see you next time. And until then, I'm GameFace. This was Planet Coaster. If you liked it, click the button. And don't forget to subscribe. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. And I will see you next time.